As a freshman coming in, as you said, highly touted, expected to do big things as a freshman. And I think I tried to do way too much, tried to exceed those expectations when they were already sky high. And I think, now the person I am now, I think I'm just playing the game for fun and competing and just doing what I love. And, and that's pitching and getting wins. And I've had much more fun this past year, just because I'm looking at it as at a different perspective, not trying to do too much.
What's the next step for you, Landon? What's the I want to get better on this year?
Well, I mean, there's always room to improve in every aspect of your game. Um, and for me, I think it's just consistency, continue to be consistent. It's a big deal when coach can say, "I know what I'm getting out of you," so that's a big deal. So really just being consistent and, going out and focusing on the win as a team and not personal accolades and different things like that.
I think it's me. Hey, Landon, it's Wilson from The Advocate. Good to see you. You cut your hair.
I did.
What have the last few weeks been like for you not being able to practice, and how did you feel getting back out there on the field?
Well, the 10 days I was gone, and y'all all can guess why, but, just sitting in my room, just frustrated at, just not being able to do anything, being isolated, not being part of the team for 10 days, not being able to get out and do things, staying in shape and different things. Fortunately, I didn't have any symptoms or anything, but, getting back, I was very excited, had a good outing, first outing back, and, I'm looking forward to having another good one on Saturday, with the weather and stuff, we'll see, but on Saturday planned, and then going into the weekend after against Notre Dame.
Hey, Landon, between your freshman and sophomore year, it really seemed like you wanted to put a big focus on getting your body right and making sure that part of your game was a little bit better. I mean, just what was, the sophomore to junior year progression like this off season? What was it, more mechanical? Was it trying to improve velocity? I mean, what was the kind of the focus for you this off season?
Like I said, mentioned earlier, just being consistent, and I think the more consistent you are in your mechanics and, your diet and your consistency in the weight room and all of that coming together gets you a more consistent every outing, being able to, allow coach to say, know what he's getting out of me. And that's really important to me. But really it's, that's really all it's been is trying to be consistent, not trying to do way too much, trying to do things that, yeah, I can't, I'm not Jaden Hill. I can't throw 98. I'm not as big as him. I'm not as strong as him. Don't throw as hard as him. So why try and be something I'm not? You know what I mean? I think that's what I was trying to do my freshman year. And, I really kind of came back into myself, got my body right. And then from then my velo jumped actually, being who I am and just going out and commanding the zone with 4 and 5 pitches and, getting outs quick. And that's who I am. And that's who I want to continue to be.
Landon,
Next up is Scott.
yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you, Bill. Landon, a lot of athletes in different sports throughout the past year have talked about when they get to come back, not realizing what they missed or how much they missed the sport. What has that experience been like for you, and especially, like you said, having to sit out once you came back, having to sit out again?
Yeah, I mean, when you going back to the COVID and stuff, and the time we missed being shut down in March, I believe, and all of that time you weren't able to play and compete. You really understand why you play the game and how much it actually means to you. You get caught up in playing every day and you take that for granted. And I think missing all that time and it was a very frustrating time. And you really miss it, and you're very fortunate when you come back to be able to understand why you still play this game. And we've been very lucky to, move through practice and all in the fall, without any shutdowns or anything. And fortunately this spring is the same way. And unfortunately I got it, and I had to miss some time. And like I mentioned earlier, it was frustrating for me. you work all winter, in the weight room, getting right, adding a few pounds of muscle and things like that. And, and then you sit for 10 days and you feel like you're starting to backtrack. But, and from here, and difference from freshman year, I'm looking at the positives. I'm going to be back. This isn't a crazy amount of time to miss, that I'll be strong. I'll be ready to be back, and then freshman year, I may have looked at it a different way, so that's another way that I've matured as a person and a player.
I think I'm the next one in line again. Hey, Landon, talking a little bit about your catcher, Alex Milazzo. It's going to be the first time in, I think, maybe 3 or 4 years that LSU in consecutive season has the same starting catcher. From a pitcher's perspective, does it help to know somebody that well behind the plate, to kind of have that familiarity, even though the season was shortened last year, to have had a lot of time with him?
Yeah, it's a very important thing, and the chemistry you have, that to where maybe AD calls a pitch that I'm not really convicted on, and I'm looking to throw another pitch, and I shake. Me and Alex have worked so much together that he knows where I want to go. So if I want to go in instead of out, he knows what my tendencies are, what my thinking are, and that comes with communication and time being spent together in the bullpen and flag grounds and different things like that. So the battery chemistry is a very important thing.